Hey, it's Zach. Well, what do we have in this Millennium Falcon Lego case? We have classic Lego Clone Troopers. Yeah, we're gonna do every classic Lego Clone Troopers video. So yeah, I have every classic Lego Clone Trooper. Every one of them. Even this one. I even have the Scout Trooper. So yeah, well, let's look at them. Well, on to the first clone. We have the Clone Troopers from Lego Star Wars Attack of the Clones, or just Episode 2. These are Phase 1 clones, basically the old ones. Back when they had, like, the blackheads underneath. So, yeah. Now, the interesting thing about the helmet sculpt is, I'll just take one of these helmets. Now, look at this. You see this? This weird little underbite, or tongue, or whatever? It looks like kind of like a neckerchief or a scarf. It's kind of weird. Like, strange thing is, it's kind of like just there for no reason. It limits the like helmet rotation, so you can't do this. It kind of looks up when you do it. It's just a little strange. The printing is a little like different compared to the others. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this printing. Like, it's a little weird. This looks the same though. And what's kind of interesting about these guys, besides that, is they all have the black head. Like, that'll be a common theme with all the classic Lego clones. They all had a black head underneath. And usually the visor would be like cut out or whatever. See, you can see see my desk through it. Compared to the other Lego clones where they finally closed off the visor. Yeah, I have 3 of these guys. So yeah, 3 of them. And they're kind of like the lesser of the collection. Well, you know this guy's identity though. Like, he's been featured in quite a few of my stop motions. It's Danny the Tourette's clone. Reason why I had the inspiration behind him is because, well, the Tourette's guy was filmed in the early 2000s, and this clone was made in the early 2000s. Plus, you want to even get more coincidental? He has this. The Tourette's guy has that, like, neck bandage, so it actually made it even more coincidental. Yeah, an overall okay minifigure. No leg printing. I guess I should show the back before I move on to the next clones. Yeah, back printing, nothing special. It's kind of similar to the newer clone helmet sculpt, like the newer Phase 1 helmet sculpt. Is the new clone helmet sculpt, released the 2008 one to present day helmet sculpt for the Phase 1's good? Yes, very good. You can put rangefinders and stuff in it, and visors. Well, let's move on to the next clone. Well, on to the second clone. We got the Episode 3 Clone Troopers, or the Phase 2 Clone Troopers. So yeah, let's have a look at these guys. Now, the printing's a little better, a little more bold compared to these guys, where it's kind of a little thin. Yeah, about that. So, yeah. Now, let's look at the back. Might as well. It's just the same, nothing special. Well, let's move on to the new part of it. The helmet. Now, this is by far the best Phase 2 helmet sculpt. This is the best. Like, you know what I think of that new Phase 2 helmet sculpt? It is ugly. I hate it. No rangefinder holes. Like, this is an older version, so it could be forgiven. But even then, the old Phase 1 didn't have holes. But that's because we didn't really see Captain Rex back then. Yeah, has the same kind of thing where it has the open visor. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Like, if I had to say a couple of my favorites in this, yeah, this is one of my favorites. Now, I got 6. I got 6 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. 6 of these guys. So yeah, let's move on to another clone. Well, here we have the Aerial Combat Trooper, or Aerial Assault Trooper, or whatever. Yeah, it's not a Fortnite skin. Yeah. Well, here we go. It's basically just the normal Phase 2 Clone Trooper with the, just standard. It's basically just a Phase 2 clone with a bunch of random crap put onto it. It's just useless. Yeah, we got this weird bazooka. Yeah, doesn't have a use. And he has this neck bracket piece. Like, he's my least favorite out of these guys, and I hate to say it. Well, a little something interesting here is, like, I don't know if you can see it on camera. You can see, like, the ink here is kind of faded and kind of is like a stripe. Probably that is a different clone trooper. Probably from a different legion or battalion or detachment of some kind. Probably it is, even though it's just probably a misprint problem. It's just a printing problem. Well, let's move on to the 4th clone. Here we have the 4th clone, the clone pilot. And I have 5 clone pilots. Well, let's look at one. Now, here we go. They didn't use a new helmet mold for this guy, or helmet sculpt. They just used the typical Phase, like Phase 2 clone helmet, Episode 3. which is pretty unique. Like, they designed this guy pretty nicely. Like, they give it some pretty good printing. Like, I like it. It's pretty good. You got the sand blue pants. It's basically just a jumpsuit or whatever. Sand blue arms. You got these. It's just basically just an oxygen tank or something like that. We have the Republic emblem on the helmet, which it's a clone pilot. So yeah, it's also got these blue triangles on the side, which they look cool. Like, it's pretty unique. I'll give it that. And this one's like the nicer looking one. Like, I have about 4 nice looking ones. Then let me have a look. I'm gonna look for the weird one, the ugly one. Oh, here we go. Wait, hold on a second. There, the ugly one. It's basically the breath filter looks more like a line than a square. That's a bit sanded off, so it looks like a white dot. Got that, which, yeah, the oxygen tank looks a little used and scraped. Yeah, it's okay. I just noticed these two these right here, they look like Jag Eyes. What, are these guys from Captain Rex's 501st Legion? That'd be funny if they were. That explains why they're blue. Well, let's move on to the 5th clone. Well, on to the 5th clone. We're getting to the better ones. Well, here we go. Recon Clone Trooper, or just a Clone Trooper from the 91st Reconnaissance Corps, or Legion, or whatever they're called. Yeah, I don't know if they're a Legion or a Corps. I'm gonna have to search that up. Well, we got like a better looking one. Like, this one looks better. I have a really ugly one. I'm gonna have to show it soon. Yeah, we'll just look at the details. We got the like emblem right here for their like Legion or Corps. Yeah, their like thing. Now here's the back. The back is the most unique part, like how it's printed. It looks pretty nice. Like, the back printing isn't half bad. The helmet, pretty good. This is the one I bought from Bricklink. Or like, one out of the 2 I bought from Bricklink. Yeah, also known as Rico from Base 327. Yeah, my assault tank! As you can see, I am a finely cultured person of many LEGO Clone Trooper cultures. So yeah, pretty good. Yeah, let's look for the ugly one. Oh, found it first try. Here it is. God left me unfinished. Like, you can see the emblem right here is so faded, and just the colors are all faded and hideous looking. Like, it's a little okay on the back. Like, I guess I should point out, like, the arm's a little loose. So yeah, God help me. Ugh, give it holy water. Well, here's the 6th clone. Now, this is one that's like a lesser one, like I said about the Clone Troopers, the Phase 1 clones from Episode 2. This is kind of the lesser one. It's basically just the Star Corps Clone Trooper with a pauldron. This guy came before the well-known Star Corps Clone Trooper from the Battle Pack. Like, this came way before that, in 2005 to 2006. This is from the 2006 Clone Turbo Tank reissue, because I already have that variant. Because I have the 2006 like variant. I don't have the 2005 one, however. I'd love to buy it one day. Like, I would love to buy it. It's really expensive. Like, over $200 just for the minifigures and the tank itself. So it's a bit of a ripoff. If you're rich, it's a pretty good set to buy. I'd recommend it if you're a wealthy LEGO collector. Yeah, it's basically just the Star Corps clone with a pauldron. Yeah, the cheaper version is, well, the one without the pauldron. Well, we'll move on to the one without the pauldron. Here's the 7th clone, the most abundant out of them all. The 327th Star Corps. And unlike him, they don't have a pauldron. So yeah, they're really cheap. Like, these guys are extremely cheap. Well, I found the most hideous one on the first try. Now, you can see the printing's a little ruined here. Then, yeah, the printing is so bad. Like the 91st clone, God left me unfinished. Yeah, basically I wiped my butt with this guy. Yeah, that's all I'd love to say. Well, let's look for a good one. Yeah. Here is a good one. Like, this one's, like, okay. Like, sometimes the helmet's pretty glossy. Like, it's really glossy. So, yeah, is it good? Is this minifigure a good way to build an army? Yeah, even for a classic clone, it actually is a really good army builder. Like, it's pretty good. Like, I got 3 of these guys, and each of them are $4. So, yeah, these are cheap. I guess the interesting thing is, like, sometimes the quality varies. Like this one. Like, oh, wait, this one I kind of got confused with the other one. Another ugly one. Get rid of it. Here's, like, one that's, like, in mint condition. Like, it's okay. So if I can find... I have a really unique one. Like, It's really unique looking. Like, I'm just looking for it. Like, since I have 10 of these guys, I have more of them. Oh, finally I found it. Look, the stripe's a little longer. It's a little longer, and I kind of like that. Well, he's a long boy. Yeah, I was saying, I have so many of these guys. Like, 10 is a lot. Like, this is the most abundant out of them all. Well, I guess we should move on to the 8th clone. Well, here's the 8th clone. The Shock Trooper with black underwear, or black panties, I don't even know. Like, basically has black hips. Now, why I'm saying this, there's another variant of this guy, but he's a little different. Like, I'll show you after this. Now, I got this one off Bricklink. Yeah, I could recognize it because of the stripe here. Yeah, it's a little crappy. Like, it's not the worst. And we got this one. This is the most hideous out of them all. Look at this. It got scratched here. Like, I bought this from a toy shop. Like, yeah, I bought this from a toy shop in BC because I live in Alberta. So yeah, look at that stripe up there. That looks hideous. Like, I got this thing for $7. Like, wow, that's highway robbery for this piece of garbage. Especially when I got the Star Course clone for like $4 mint condition. Well, this one, he kind of suffers the same problem, except the stripes on the side are the worst part. Like, look at those. Like, what happened here? He's go, duh! Did some kid do that? Yeah, probably. You know what this guy's gonna say? With your toys. Well, here's the 9th clone. It's basically just the Shock Trooper with different pants. These came in the ATAP. And I forgot to mention the sets these guys came in. Like, this guy came in the Clone Troopers Battle Pack. So basically, this guy came in the Clone Troopers Battle Pack. He had black hips instead of white. This guy came in the ATAP. So yeah, if I ever buy an ATAP, I have the clones for it. If I ever buy one without the minifigures. So yeah, it's kind of just a little printing, well, not printing variation, like just assembly variation. I forgot to look at the back. Here's the back. They colored the belt as well on the back. Like, Shock Troopers, they're the most colorful out of them, even though they only have, like, red. I'm not saying that they're rainbows. I'm saying that they have the most color out of them all. Well, 10th clone. Here we go. Kashyyyk Scout Trooper. This guy came in 2 sets. Kind of like his brother with the pauldron. Yeah. Well, this guy is pretty heavily sought after. Like, people love this minifigure. I got it in the 2006 Turbo Tank, which I bought off someone for $100. Came with everything in mint condition. All that for $100. What a deal. Except for the weird misprinted clones, but nah, that's not really the worst part. He doesn't have any back printing. Doesn't have any back printing. Has leg printing. And it's basically the only recolor of the Scout Trooper helmet. And he just has the plain black head like every classic clone has. So yeah, is this a good minifigure? Yes, absolutely, positively yes. And I hate to break it to you, these guys like are just expensive. It's not even worth it trying to find one if you just don't want the set. But, well, let's move on to the 11th clone. 11th clone, my favorite, my holy grail. 442nd Siege Battalion. Where's the Siege Battalion? Now, these guys came in like one set. The Wookiee Catamaran. And that set is so expensive. But guess what? I got the Wookiee Catamaran for $110. And yeah, I'll be getting 2 more of these guys. So I'll have 4 of these guys. So yeah, I guess it's kind of a flex, but nah. 110 for that set, what a steal. So yeah, these guys are my favorite. They're Hody the Clone Trooper, my Jedi Clone Trooper OC, or whatever. Now, the back printing's a little different. See this? A little thermal detonator on the back, it's a different color. These are basically just a green 212th Attack Battalion clone. So yeah, Siege Battalion, Attack Battalion, almost the same. Now, yeah, I have 2 of these guys. This one's the kind of uglier one, just because the like things are used. This one I use as Hody. That's why he's so played with. I forgot to talk about this one. Look at this. It's misprinted. Like the colors didn't align correctly. Which is kind of weird. Like, it's really unique. This one's kind of like JCC 224's, where it has like the mouth grill at the bottom. So yeah, it's kind of like that one. Well, we're gonna move on to the final clone. Here's the 12th and final clone. Now, the last iteration of the classic Clone Troopers. It's basically just a reprinted version, or just a better version of this guy. So yeah, it's basically this is a more modernized version of this one without the ugly helmet. So yeah, they updated the torso print. It's kind of like a mix between, well, the old torso and the newer torso. Do I like this one? Yes, I'd rather have it over the other two. And the interesting thing about these is, well, the quality varies. This one is a little bit misprinted. Like, you can see these, the dots on the mouth grill are kind of not that aligned. Now, let's look at this one. We have another one. And look at this. The gray part here is actually not even that, like, straight. It's actually kind of looks like it broke off, which is kind of interesting. Alright, here's the perfect looking one, like the kind of perfect one. Here it is. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Yeah. Well, guess what? I finally got the replacement torsos for these guys. So remember that video where I unpackaged these guys and I finally got the replacement parts? I just noticed this guy's kind of yellowed. Like, it's a little yellowed. I can see it yellowed a bit. Yeah, like I said, I got the replacement torsos. So I have 5 of these guys. So another abundant group of Lego clones. So yeah. Well, here they all are. All of the classic clone troopers. Well, goodbye for now, and Happy New Year's.